What is a company?
Dude, are you serious? What's not a company?
Yes, this is a basic question, but in order to understand anything more complicated about the very complex United States economy, we have to begin with the foundational building block. And in our economy, the basic molecule is the corporation, or the business. And United States corporations possess certain magical powers. Let's begin by taking a look at a business of yours.
I don't need you all up in my business.
If you ever wanted to do anything, what would it be? What do you like to drink?
Fair trade Sumatran macchiato. Crazy delicious.
All right, let's help you start your own coffee shop. Or we can start more modestly and help you start a coffee trolley. What do you need to get started?
The trolley, whatever that is.
Where will you get it?
Trolley Corporation of America.
What will you have to give them for it?
Fair trade Sumatran coffee beans.
More likely they're going to want dosh or loot or swag. What else will you need?
Fair trade Sumatran coffee beans.
And what will you have to give for them?
Dosh, loot, swag.
Yes, and so on with the little sticks and the ice and the coffee cups and all the rest of it. We now have what is known in my business as a nexus of contracts, and you haven't really needed anybody's help to get there. But what if you want to expand your operations to 2 trolleys? What'll you need?
Another trolley.
Who's going to work at it? Who's going to pay for it? If business is going well, you might be able to use the money that's coming in to pay for all this, but you might also need another source of capital and labor.
Mom?
Why not? But if she's going to join your business, what's in it for her?
Me. No, I know. Fair trade Sumatran coffee. All she wants.
Most of the time, a partner is going to want some share of the profits and some portion of control over the business. But how are you going to decide the rest of these terms?
What terms? I'm like a boss.
How do you divide the losses?
Not gonna be any losses. All about the Hamiltons, baby.
How would you get out of this partnership?
She just got here. Why is she leaving already?
Take it easy. If you and your mother or any number of other business partners agree to share profits and to share control, you've formed a partnership just by speaking it into existence. And once you've done that, state law takes over and provides a number of provisions that help you answer these and any number of questions that may come up in the course of running a business.
What if we don't like the state's answers?
In almost every case, you can change it. Just like the default wallpaper on your computer. If you care about it and you don't like it, you can change it.
Why is the state providing us with such a helpful suite of services?
Because the state wants to make it easy for you to start a business, and providing you with an off-the-rack set of choices is much easier and more efficient than forcing you to build a set of choices stitch by stitch.
Stitch by stitch? Let's get one thing clear. I'm not wearing no suit.
Let's get more ambitious. What if you wanted to sail to Sumatra to hand-pick those coffee beans yourself?
Ooh, less appealing. But I'd be on a boat.
Now imagine it's the year 1600 and the business you've started is the British East India Company. And the risks involved include you're not coming back alive. You'll need much more labor, way more capital, and what else?
Gonna need a bigger boat. Life vests. An airplane.
How are you going to pay for all this?
Mom? Many moms.
Sure. One very rich investor or many smaller investors. But what are those people going to want?
Profits, yo! True that!
Double true.
Control?
Maybe. But let's consider losses again for just 1 minute.
Dude, again with the losses? What kind of a capitalist are you?
A realistic one. Most businesses fail. Would you buy a $1 lottery ticket for the chance to win $1 million?
Been known to do that.
What if there was a chance that if you didn't win the lottery, you lost the dollar plus everything else you own?
What is this, glorious nation of Kazakhstan?
When you were selling coffee by yourself as a sole proprietor, or with your mom in a partnership, that's exactly the risk you were running.
Winning the Bizarro lottery?
Yes. If you had poisoned one of your customers, you could have been sued for far more money than you or your mother put into the business.
Then why would I run a trolley?
Because you want to make money from running the trolley, but also because you're running the trolley, you can run it in a way to minimize your risk, or you can take out insurance. But in the much bigger operation, with lots and lots of little small investors, none of them is in a position to run the business in a particular way.
Look, I'm not investing $3 in some English business only to have things go wrong and a bunch of angry Sumatrans come to my house and take my very fine collection of ironic and vintage t-shirts.
No one is, my friend.
Well then, this is obviously why there are no large businesses in the United States.
No, this is why large businesses have a way of limiting the liability of their investors.
Oh? What is it?
Limited liability.
Never heard of it.
Yes, you have. You know it as Inc. Co. Corp., or if you've lived abroad, as Limited.
Incorporated, company, corporation, limited?
Very good. But it's not just a coincidence that big businesses have those titles in their names. They're legally required to do that.
Why?
Imagine if a large business accidentally poisoned some of its customers. Those customers could sue, and they could take a lot of the money out of the company. But if there wasn't enough to satisfy their judgment, they can't go after the investors personally. That means they won't come into your house or anyone else's house and take their fine vintage collection of ironic t-shirts. The investors will enjoy the protection of what's known as limited liability. In order to enjoy that protection, state law requires that companies put these titles into their name as a warning that they enjoy limited liability.
Wait, so now the poisoned people won't get paid?
They might not. And that's also true for anyone who sells something to a business or lends them money or provides any other services to a company.
This system is garbage. Where's my balaclava?
I should point out that you agreed to this.
Nuh-uh.
Well, your democratically elected representatives did. There's nothing obvious or natural about limited liability. It's a creation of the state, and it doesn't exist in sole proprietorships or in partnerships. It only exists, in this country, in corporations.
Why?
You told me you wouldn't invest in the Bizarro lottery. Nobody will. Nobody will invest a little bit of money in a company if they risk losing everything they own. And if they don't invest in companies, then we won't have any economic development. That means no railroads across the United States, no international trade, no large companies. Limited liability is a conscientious choice designed to improve and increase economic development.
We can't have everything we want?
Some people think that the limited liability corporation is one of the greatest inventions of modern society.
Word.